Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, January the 8th, 2024. This is the first Christian news broadcast of the year. All right. Grace and peace, everybody. Grace and peace. See, DW Conley is up in the house. Good morning. We also have Stevie Rankins. We also have Spider Monkey up in the house. And we also got Atlanta since 82. All right. Then we also have a couple of people watching from Instagram. And first I see we have Mike. Mike from Instagram is watching. We also got Kenzo from Instagram watching. Y'all go ahead and do me a favor and hit that like button on all platforms, even if you even watching from Facebook or wherever else, Twitter, well, which is now known as X. It's not Twitter anymore. Um, y'all go ahead and hit that like button. But yeah, man, I've been off for the past couple of weeks and been on vacation. Actually, I've been off, been home since what is it, December the 23rd. December the 23rd. So just started back here Monday. I'm here in cold Kansas City. All right. Back to work. Back on my grind and grizzly. Grace and peace and good morning, Kiana Shaw. Kiana Shaw. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Now, y'all know I like to read my articles from the Christian Post. Saw this interesting one last night. Says that ex-psychic warns Fox News of pushing a demonic agenda by airing divination during prime time. So I want to go ahead and get this poll started here on YouTube. All right. I want to get this poll started because basically what happened was, and we're going to get into this. Let's go ahead and set this poll up because apparently there was some tarot card reading that happened on the show. So I want to know, is tarot card reading demonic? All right. So let's go ahead and get this poll started. I want to know what y'all think. Let me see. We want to see, is tarot card reading demonic? So add one more option. All right. Let's go ahead and get this done. And booyah. All right, so we got that. We got that going. And Stephen Rankin said that he is on his way to the hospital. I'm sorry, not to the hospital, to the doctor. All right, so he said he's heading to the doctor. So y'all keep Brother Stephen Rankins in prayer. All right, let's go ahead and get into this article. Actually, oh man, this came out this morning. So this must have come out around, I guess, maybe like midnight or something like that. Because that's when I saw it. All right, let's read. This is hot off the press, y'all. Hot off the press. Let's see what's going on. A former psychic who repentant of occult practices after turning to Jesus Christ warned that Fox News potentially opened their viewers to demonic activity by airing an act of divination during prime time last week. Quote, the deception of putting something that seems good out there while pushing a demonic agenda is heartbreaking. End quote. Jen Niza told the Christian Post. Now, I don't know who Jen Niza is. Do any of you guys know who that is? Do you guys know who Jen Niza is? Because I don't know who this is, and I don't want to seem like I'm endorsing this person because, you know, like I said, I always like to try to get this disclaimer. You never know who these people are And like sometimes I'll end up getting like emails and messages saying that, man, did you know that this person that they're whacked out and they're kooky and they're crazy? Just like like with Cat Williams, I didn't know that Cat Williams was a Jehovah's Witness, so I did a video on my other channel, and I've gotten so many messages about Cat Williams was actually a Jehovah's Witness. He wasn't he wasn't really a Christian missionary. He was actually a Jehovah's Witness. So I'm just reporting the news the way I hear it, y'all. All right, let's continue. So far, I'm looking at the poll. 100% of y'all says that tarot card reading is absolutely demonic. So let's see if those poll numbers change as we get through this particular article. Niza, an author and podcaster who runs xpsychicsaved.com and has written about how dabbling with tarot cards as a young teenager ultimately led her deeply into occultism. She found it, quote unquote, completely alarming when Fox News host Jesse Waters invited a medium on his show last week to discern the country's political future using tarot cards. Now, is that demonic, or do you just think that they just kind of like just messing around a little bit? It's not really that big of a deal. Or do y'all really think that like this was like really some really demonic thing that was going on? Or was she trying to open up a portal, y'all? Because y'all know that they say that 2024 is supposed to be the year of them portals opening up. Like Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange, he put the little golden circle starts forming. I don't know. This could be the year. I told you I was right. I was, covering some stuff about CERN a few months back. They firing that machine up. Multiverse theory, y'all. I don't know. We could be going to another universe. And them aliens came down to Miami. I don't even want to talk about it. Let's continue to keep reading, y'all. And I'm just joking, by the way. I don't want anybody to think that I'm serious. All right. I'm just joking. Grace and peace, Sister Cherry Waters, whose show, quote unquote, Jesse Waters Primetime, occupies Tucker Carlson's former slot, hosted the so-called, quote unquote, English psychic Paula Roberts, who pulled a tarot card for Trump known as the Five of Cups, which depicts a cloaked figure lamenting 3 cups that have been overturned while ignoring the 2 that remained upturned. I want to see now. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I have not read this article. Okay, I haven't read this article. Now I skimmed through it. I didn't sit back and do an in-depth reading because number one, it was late, and number two, I love kind of reading these with a live action response. I want all of us to be able to read this together. All right, because I'm trying to see where they're going with this. The card symbolizes focusing on negativity, and Roberts claimed that it predicted a quote-unquote sense of loss for Trump in 2024. What that mean? Awkward moment on Fox last night. They brought on the psychic and asked her to predict Trump's 2024. She reaches into a stack of like 50 cards and pulled out a Grim Reaper. All right, so it's a Twitter pic. It's from a guy named Josh Power. All right, so that happened on January 3rd. Roberts, who identifies as a clairvoyant, paranormal investigator, and quote-unquote ghost hunter, according to her website, claims she has ties to the Spiritualist Association of Great Britain, which was founded in 1872 and included high-profile members such as quote-unquote Sherlock Holmes and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. What? Does that even make sense? Sherlock. So, well, hold on. Okay, maybe I'm slow. All right. Was Sherlock Holmes a real person, or was that just a character? Y'all let me know in a chat. All right. Huh. They said that this particular spiritualist association of Great Britain, this was founded back in 1872. So we're talking about uh almost 200 years ago. Man. Spider Monkey says, isn't it funny that in tarot they have the fool to be the lucky card? Meanwhile, the Bible says that the foolish perish. Yeah, yeah, it's yeah, that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. All right, let's continue. Roberts also claims to have known prominent occult figures such as Ingo Swann, who was involved with the CIA's research into occult practices such as remote viewing, extrasensory perception, and astral projection. Nisa made a TikTok last week explaining that she had, quote, a little bit of a bone to pick, end quote, with Fox News for airing the segment with Roberts, who she believes is a legitimate psychic who engages in communications with demons, even if she's unaware of it. Quote Roberts, a real psychic who's been doing this for a long time and who is serious about what she does, Nisa told CP. A lot of people say these people are hucksters. That's just not true. These are hucksters. But this woman is not a huckster. This woman is truly a psychic, end quote. Huh. Are psychics real? Do y'all believe that psychics are real? Grace and peace, grace and peace. This is the day. Grace and peace. Are psychics real? Can psychics really tell the future, or is it all just a hoax and a lot of these people, well, all of these people are just pretending? Do y'all believe that people are actually connecting with spirits and mediums and all of that type of stuff? Because we hear about this stuff quite often. And I remember, I don't know if they're still around, but I know like every once in a while, I'll be driving around in a neighborhood and you'll see like the little tarot card reading places. Like there'll be like a house with a sign that'll you know say tarot card reading or psychic or something like that. And I used to always wonder, how do these people pay their bills? Because I want to know how many people are actually going to these places to where uh that they're actually trying to get their fortunes told, you know? Kiana says that most of it I think is fake. I do think that there are some people who are actually contacting demons for whatever reason the Lord allows it. Hey, I kind of agree with that. I agree with that. Never really thought about that. Never really thought about that. DW Collins says, I think that they can open up doorways to the spiritual world, giving them permission to enter the individual's life. Yes. All right, let's continue to read because this particular lady is saying that this one lady that they brought on to Fox News can actually do these things. Based on her own experience as a former medium, Nisa explained that the cardboard and pictures of the tarot card do not offer any insight by themselves, but that they are but that the purported information psychics obtain from them is quote unquote channeled and inherently demonic. Quote, a tool of divination is one that's actually accessing the demonic realm, the spirit realm, and you're going against God's will of boundaries. God says to, God says not to, she said, citing Deuteronomy 18:14. chapter 18, verses 10 through 12, which prohibits witchcraft and divination as quote unquote detestable acts that incur God's judgment on nations. In broadcasting such a practice during prime time, she said Fox News risked picketing the curiosity of their viewers to dabble in such things, effectively, quote, encouraging people to enter into demonic communication, going against God, going into divination, psychics, and the tarot cards to try to gain some sort of future information when demons don't have any future information, in quotes. All right, so anybody who's thinking about dabbling into tarot card reading, because there's some people who call themselves Christian psychics and all of that stuff. Um, just like this lady who was a future medium says that these demons do not, I repeat, do not know the future. All right, y'all go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that like button for me, y'all. All right, let's continue. Or do y'all believe that demons do kind of know the future a little bit? They kind of got some knowledge to the future that we may not have or we may not possess. All right, let's continue. Nisa said demons can quote unquote hook tarot practitioners by offering a quote couple of pieces of accurate information, end quote, but she noted that they do not have the omniscience of God and that they merely possess the knowledge of quote, intelligent, powerful, and old, end quote, beings who have been observing human affairs for a long time. Nisa also maintained that the lighthearted tone of Jesse Waters' segment implied that such practices need not to be taken seriously, which she warned is also potentially dangerous. Those who think of divination and other occult practices are a form of entertainment are being deceived by what she described as quote unquote smoke and mirrors. So now this guy, Jesse Waters, who's been on Fox News for a while, but has his own segment now because I think he started out just doing like little pieces here and there. He was a part of, I think he was a part of the Bill O'Reilly show back in the day, and they would just have him out on the street. He probably had like a little 5-minute segment, but I think he has his own show now. And Jesse Waters was saying that, this is just entertainment. It's really nothing to see here. Don't take this stuff seriously. So, but the lady Nisa, she says, no, you need to take this serious. There's some serious stuff going on. And probably in so many words, she's saying that this is probably like the trick of the enemy to where, the devil wants you to think that this stuff is not serious. So therefore, you can maybe dabble into it. It's not really anything wrong with it. She's just like, no, don't fall for that lie. This is still demonic. How many of y'all agree with that? How many of y'all agree with that? All right, let's continue to read. Quote, that's another deception of the evil one, she said. There's nothing funny about it. God condemns it. If Satan can get you to think that it's nothing or it's fun and entertaining, then he gets you involved, she said. And he starts planting seeds and he gets you interested and he gets you away from God because now you're looking at this show that you like. You're looking at this guy that you like. You're looking at the psychic, in quotes. Sound like she's saying that you can be led down a rabbit hole and not even know it. By deceiving people into thinking occult activity is quote unquote no big deal and a quote unquote big joke, Nisa said, quote, the devil can do something blatant like opening those demonic doors, end quote, that threaten to drag dabblers into a life of spiritual darkness and demonic oppression, which is what she claimed to have experienced until she became a Christian 10 years ago. Nisa believes Americans are now particularly vulnerable to such things, given the country's political turmoil, which she warned could lead them down a, quote, rabbit hole of destruction, end quote, amid their concerns over what will happen in the near future. Hmm. Sound like she using my terminology, you know? Well, it's not really my terminology, but y'all know I talk about them rabbit holes a lot. I'm like, man, y'all better watch out, man. You be led down these rabbit holes and, you jump from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And the next thing you know, you end up somewhere totally different from where you started. You know, she said, especially, how many of y'all agree that with this political turmoil that's happening could lead people down a demonic path? All of the things that's happening with the president. We're supposed to be trying to, or supposed to be electing a new president this year. Y'all know that, right? In November, we'll have a new president, or we're gonna have Joe Biden again. If you guys go out and vote for Joe Biden again, but that's another story. but how many of y'all believe that? Hold on, am I muted? I don't know, Kiana. It might just be you. I don't think nobody has said that I'm muted, and everything looks good on my end. No, I think I'm okay, because DW Collins responded. He says, I think Ouija boards can be used to give demonic spirits permission to enter a person's life. Anything affiliated with the occult can give you demons access to you and possibly your family. Yeah, correct. Yeah, I totally agree. So yeah, a lot of people saying that I'm not muted. Okay, because I'm like, man, I'm doing all of this talking, and I know y'all don't really like hearing my voice early in the morning. But if I am muted, y'all just let me know. Some of y'all might be like, oh, I'm glad he muted. Shoot, I ain't got to hear that voice, that nasally congested voice early in the morning. Cut that fool off. But I don't know. Let's get back to this. Let's get serious, y'all. Let's get serious. Talk about this divination. But like I was asking y'all, do y'all think that with all of this political stuff going on, people could be led down a dark demonic path, or it just depends. It just depends on how far people take it. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Some people have made these politicians and in politics their god. I mean, there was a time to where I was heavy in politics, a few years ago, and the Lord was just like, man, you need to fall back from that. Shoot, going back and forth with debates and stuff about politics and all of this crazy stuff, man. He was just like, focus on my word, focus on the words that I'm giving you. I've already told you exactly what's going to happen in the future. I've already told you the meek shall inherit the earth. I already told you in my word, especially written by the apostles over 2,000 years ago, that this world, this present world, is set for destruction, and those who I've saved are going to inherit it. But I've instructed you to continue to preach the gospel. Grace and peace, Doki Bible Club. Grace and peace. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Miss Cherry said, me too. Politics can become an idol. Yeah, it can. So that's why we have to be careful. And I mean, especially with this election coming up, you're gonna start seeing a lot more stuff about politics and the political candidates and all of that. So as we start off this new year, let's just get it in our minds that whatever happens is in the Lord's will. Even if Joe Biden gets back into office, I even said that's in the live stream before he became president. I was just like, if Joe Biden becomes the next president of the United States, it will it will be the Lord's will. I mean, Stephen Rankin says people will hurt you over Trump. Man, should I believe people will hurt you over any candidate? to be honest. I mean, even if Donald Trump becomes president again, it'll be in the Lord's will. You know. Let's get ready to finish this up. I don't know. I must be tapping into some type of psychic stuff because I mean, like I said, I have not read this article. I haven't read this article, but watch this quote. It's reaching people, she warned, especially in the culture that we live in and the climate that we live in. People are wondering what's going to happen. We have a lot of tension in the nations, and the election is coming up. End quote. I don't know. Either me and this lady on the same page, or somebody done flipped a couple of tarot cards. And I'm gonna tell y'all like this: I ain't flipped no tarot cards. All right, So it sounds like I'll say something and then I'll read something in this article, and then she'll say it as well. Or she said it first, and now I'm just repeating what she said in hindsight. Although I'm just reading this for the first time, so I don't know, man. Again, I'm just joking. Quote, this is what the devil does, she added. He's the temper, he's a liar, he's a manipulator. And the whole thing is to get you away from God, because if you are watching the psychic, you're not going to God. You're putting your faith and trust in him and his sovereignty over all things. Amen. Wish I had my B3 on me. The Fox News segment also drew derision from users on X, some of whom mocked Fox News for airing an ominous prediction about Trump. Others echoed Niza, striking a more serious tone by suggesting the network was treading into dangerous spiritual territory by airing divination at all. Now, I did a live stream. And I think it was a Christian news segment where I was talking about Fox News, and there were some claims of them being like demonic or having some demonic practices and stuff behind the scenes. And I remember saying that I would be surprised if that was what was happening. Because I remember they said that Tucker Carlson got fired because he was a quote unquote Christian, and the owner of Fox News, he's not a Christian, but his wife admired Tucker Carlson, or his now ex-wife or ex-fiance, whoever. She had some admiration for Tucker because he was a Christian. He didn't like it, so he ended up quote unquote firing Tucker Carlson and just dumping her because of their Christian views, allegedly. But then there was also some people that was coming out saying that Fox News been dabbling into demonic stuff for a minute. So, and I mean, if all of that stuff is true, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And this is why I warn people about just looking at outlets like CNN, MSNBC, even Fox News, and thinking that these people, quote unquote, they all got the truth, or certain news outlets got the truth. And a lot of people I've heard, I've heard, periodically where they say, well, Fox News is kind of like this Christian-centered news media outlet, and I'm just like, no, they're all the same. They all flop under one banner. It's just that certain media outlets cater more to one side than the other, but they all are run by the same entity. So don't be fooled with that. Quote, could I just note that tarot cards are not things Christians should embrace, and maybe Christians need to reconsider the content they consume, tweeted radio host Eric Erickson. Quote, if you're going to be upset by a calendar, stand up against normalizing this crap too, Erickson added, referencing ultra-right beers, quote, Real Women of America 2024 calendar, which caused an uproar among some conservatives and Christians for featuring a scantily clad conservative women. Didn't know about that. So I guess that's what I never heard of. I didn't hear about this. So I guess apparently there was a calendar where I guess just some scantily clad conservative women, on it or in it or something. And I guess people got upset. So he's just like, man, keep that same energy. We got people walking around here doing tarot card readings and all of this stuff, live on air. And y'all want to talk about a calendar. I mean, I agree. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button and also partake in that poll too, y'all. I'm trying to trying to find out what y'all think about tarot card reading. Is tarot card reading demonic? And 100% of you who are watching says absolutely. And also hit that like button too. Hit that like button. All right, Stevie. He says he has to go into the doctor's office. All right, sir. But yeah, this video will be up for playback, and you can probably play this video back. But I'm almost done, so you're probably not gonna miss much. All right, let's go ahead and read these last few lines. Quote, demonic, satanic, the occult, people wake up. Former Republican Georgia gubernatorial candidate Candace Taylor wrote, quote, Fox is supposed to be Republican conservative news, totally against Jesus. This is Satan worshipers, end quote. Here's the thing. Conservative does not mean Christian. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. Being a conservative does not automatically make you Christian. All right? Because I hate when and that's another thing that kind of started swaying me from conservative or from politics. You know what I'm saying? Not just from conservative or, liberal, whatever politics. There's a lot of people who try to use politics to try to fly their banner of being a Christian. To say, well, the reason why I'm a Christian is because, I'm a Republican and I hold to conservative values, and the country was formed on Judeo-Christian values. So since I believe in the Judeo-Christian values, then therefore I'm a Christian because I believe that our country needs to get back to that, and I believe that we're the most Christian nation in the world, and et cetera, et cetera. Y'all done heard all of the talking points. Don't fall into that. Don't fall into that camp. Because that's a lie from the pit of hell. Shoot, some of these conservatives have bended so far. I mean, they about to snap in half. So being a conservative does not mean that you are a Christian, because some of these conservatives, I mean, they use a lot of foul language, and some of these people can be some of the most mean and haughty people that you ever could meet. Now there are some people who are conservatives and who vote Republican and stuff like that, who are some really nice people, and they really do know the Bible, and they try to hold to the Bible and the values as much as possible. But that can be said about Democrats as well. So, one party does not mean that one person is more Christian than the other, because we're all sinful creatures. We all need a savior. So don't fall into that rabbit hole. All right, so let me go ahead and read these last two lines, and we're gonna get up out of here. Last July, an investigation by the Blaze revealed that Fox Corporation was willing to match Fox News employee donations of up to $1,000 to a number of far-left organizations, including the Satanic Temple. That's what that was. I covered that. It's a Christian news segment, so if y'all are interested in watching that replay, as soon as I end this live stream or whenever you got time, you can go to my playlist under Christian news. So every Christian news segment that I've ever done is under that playlist, and you'll see it. You'll see where I've done, and I think the thumbnail might be the same too. So it might be the same picture, but you guys can go and watch what I read about the about Fox News giving money to the Satanic Temple. Right. So I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but that is it. I covered that as well. The company never publicly addressed the revelation that reportedly emerged from multiple sources within Fox News, though they removed the Satanic Temple from their portal of eligible charities days after the Blaze Media founder, Glenn Beck, broadcast the story. End quote. That is the end of this article. And Glenn Beck used to be employed by Fox News. I think that's how he. I think that's how he got his start, or that's how he got big. You know, uh, from being affiliated with Fox News. I think he had a show with Fox News, but yeah, he's totally right. You know, a lot of these people are running around here thinking that Fox News is this Christian conservative news outlet, and they donate money to the Satanic Temple and having folks doing live tarot card readings. You know, crazy. Grace and peace, Edith. So yeah, you can watch this on a replay. You know, you could, you know, whenever you get a chance, you can watch this on a replay. You say, "What? Fox News donated to the same club?" Yeah, I covered that a few months ago on my Christian news segment. So yeah, like I said, y'all can go to the playlist. You know, y'all can go to the playlist and my Christian news playlist on my channel, and y'all can go back and watch that and see what was said about that. Yeah, they did a live tarot card reading. All right, but let's see what the Bible says. Let's see what the Bible says. Let me try to read a couple of scriptures before we get up out of here. So just in case anybody just think that I'm just on here babbling, you know, doing some Christian babbling. Let's see what the Bible says. This is in the law. Okay, so Leviticus 20 and 27. A man or a woman who is a medium or necromancer shall surely be put to death. They shall be stoned with stones. Their blood shall be upon them. So listen, don't go out there and start stoning people, y'all. Don't do that. But it's just showing you how serious this was in the sight of God, especially when especially when he was establishing the nation of Israel, you know, and when he was establishing the people. All right, Deuteronomy 18, verse 9. When you come into the land that the Lord your God has given you, you shall not learn to follow the abominable practices of those nations. There shall not be found among you anyone who burns his son or his daughter as an offering, anyone who practices divination or tells fortunes or interprets omens, or a sorcerer or a charmer or a medium or a necromancer or one who inquires of the dead. For whoever does these things is an abomination to the Lord. And because these abominations, the Lord your God is driving them out before you, you shall be blameless before the Lord your God. All right. So that is instructions from the Lord to the people of Israel. And you know, people talk about homosexuality is labeled an abomination, but also people who practice necromancy, who are mediums, are considered an abomination as well. So, you know, that's why people think that the Bible is just focused in on homosexuals and people like that. No. There's some other things that are considered abominations in the Bible as well. People who sow discord, people who sow strife and confusion within the body are considered an abomination as well. All right. Let's see if we can get. Let's see. Are there any more? Well, we got First Samuel, then we got First Chronicles, which talks about the Witch of Endor, and how Saul went to how he summoned uh, uh, Samuel. How he summoned Samuel from the grave, and and all of that. We all know that story. But anyway, let's get ready to get up out of here, y'all. Let's get ready to get up out of here. I'm already 10 minutes over. Y'all be having me on more than 30 minutes. Y'all be getting me to talk and talk and talk, and I just don't know how to shut up when especially people like Spider Monkey and D.W. Conley, and especially Sister Edith. When I get in here, Sister Edith made me go way over my time. But but anyway, let me get up out of here, y'all. But listen, before we get up out of here, let's go ahead and go back to this poll. And I'm asking y'all, only on YouTube, in the live chat, is tarot card reading demonic? And we have a consensus across the board. 100% of y'all say tarot card reading is absolutely demonic. It is absolutely demonic. So for anyone who was confused or are trying to figure it out or still trying to figure out, is tarot card reading demonic? Yes, it is, according to the Bible, according to the scriptures that we just read. Do not partake in it. Don't even be curious about it. Stay far away from it. All right? It's not anything fun. It's not anything that should pique your interest. You should look at it as anything else that the Lord has a sight set against. All right? And listen, as time goes on, learn how to guard, like the old folks used to say, guard your spirit man or your spirit woman. but you gotta guard yourself. Be very, very careful about what you're watching and what you're indulging in. Be very careful about the people that are influencing you, besides me, because I'm leading y'all down the right path. But constantly surround yourself with godly Christian content, true godly Christian content, because it's already a whole bunch of mess and trash and stuff that is just going on out there. Y'all already know the beginning of 2024 is just crazy right now. I mean, everybody's talking about the Cat Williams thing, and you had the guy William Murphy. He's been wilding out, so it's a lot going on. But as Christians, we got to stay focused. We got to stay focused on His Word. All right, y'all. Listen, I'm about to get ready to get up out of here, but y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button, rate this video, share it, subscribe, hit that notifications bell. So whenever I get ready to go live, you guys don't end up being like Edith and some of these people coming in late. You'll be right here as soon as I hit the live button. All right? That's what the notifications bell is for. But with that, I'll see you guys next time. Lord willing, peace.